Good morning, guys. It's Dave here again. Today we're going to do a video of a little 88 Civic wagon that I'm going to be selling, and I've had a lot of questions about it. I did post it on Craigslist, and the same questions over and over again. So what the hey, we'll do a quick video of the car, a little walk around. I'll try to show the interested parties exactly what the car looks like. The goods, the bads, all that good stuff. So it is a 88, like I said. There is 200 and I forgot what's the miles, 231,000 miles on the odometer. Here's the dashboard. Now guys, I don't know what these seats are out of, but they bolt in. They were already in the car when I got it from the guy in Houston. They're in great shape, not ripped up. Like, I don't think they have a single rip in them. May have been redone sometime in the past. They're really stiff, but they fit in there. They've been good to go so far. There's the front. The dash has a Sony radio in it, Bluetooth. It's the front. The back seat, door panels. And usually these videos, when I do decide to sell some of my cars, they do really well. It gives people the opportunity to see, you know, the ins and outs of the vehicle. It's got a little dent right there by the tail light. You can see, like right there where it's pooched. But it's got new tires and wheels on it. These are 15x7s with a plus 35 offset, which means they stick out more than the factory, but not enough to rub on your quarter panels in the rear and in the front. The guy that had the car before me had another set of wheels on it with a more negative offset, which is, I understand it's more popular now, but I couldn't deal with the possibilities of tearing up the fenders, which everybody knows that knows these cars. You can't buy these fenders for these cars, so to find fenders that are not chewed up is very rare now. There's a like I told one young man yesterday, that I did do the alignment on the car myself via the string method. I did the camber with my iPhone, so it does track very good for you know, a home alignment job. It does have a boo-boo on the front bumper right there. Again, the car's not perfect. It's a 1988. It's no trailer queen by any means. And these are the Watanabe JDM replica wheels. These are Rotas, and again, the wheels and tires are brand new. I don't think I even have 1,000 miles on them yet. There's the tire tread on the front. Again, you can see no wear on them. Tread depth is still deep. There's really no major dents in this car. When I say major, I mean collision style dents, but there are many to choose from on the car. Small little dents running down it, down the hood, all that good stuff. I don't want to portray that this car is a perfect car. I don't want anybody to be let down when they come and see the car. Little dent there, little uppy right there. So it's not perfect by any means, guys. I can tell you it doesn't have the roof wobble like a lot of them do. My other wagon, it does have the roof wobble in it, that you got the windows down, you can hear the roof flopping. This one doesn't do it. The exhaust on this I made out of 2.5-inch Mustang exhaust piping, because you can't buy just an exhaust system that'll go on this car. Now I believe that the exhaust pipe's too big. Hangs a little too low in the rear for my liking. You know, at some point in time, I feel it does need to get redone, but it does have a MagnaFlow muffler on it. Sounds pretty good. Now it does have new struts on the rear of the hatch, so those have been installed, and I'll show you. So the hatch does function, does open up, does stay up all on its own. I have cleaned the back carpet because it was really greasy. When I got the car from the other young man, he had a lot of car parts back there, so I did my best to clean it and scrub the tar out of it, and I've removed some carpet off it. But again, it's not perfect. And again, I'm not asking perfect car price, but the car has had a lot of stuff done to it, which I believe easily justifies the asking price of this little wagon. Latches. 195 50 15s on the tires, if anybody wants to know. And again, it's a 15x7 with a plus 35, guys. In all honesty, it's the very best, safest offset that you can put on these cars to not get fender rub. Again, I'll show you the fenders. This side is absolutely perfect. Fender's not chewed up. This side, it did rub on the previous owner, but again, I re-straightened it with a hammer and dolly, and the fender's pretty darn straight. Again, like I said, it's got a couple little dents here and there in it, little door dings and stuff from over the years. It's got new axles on the front. Both of the front axles are new, even though I got some, which when y'all see this video, y'all will see the video when I received the motor with the JDM axles. They went out real quick after I got them, maybe 100 miles. One of them wasn't even right to begin with. This is a D series, so I had to put AutoZone axles in it, which is the 92 Integra axles. And I just recently replaced the driver's side axle, which I put 2 of them in there, and I believe that it still has a very mild shimmy in the steering wheel because of the axles. So if I don't sell the car here pretty soon, I may put another driver's side axle in it, because it has a very, very minor shake in the steering wheel, which it did not have until I replaced the driver's side axle. All the windows roll up and down, headlights work, high beams work, turn signals work, everything works on the dash. The previous owner had installed LED in the dashboard, so that's all illuminated via LED lights. It does have LED in the headliner. Sony CD Bluetooth radio, nothing crazy. Now let's get to the to what most people would consider the good part. Oh, I do not have the antenna connected for the radio, so I just use my phone or Bluetooth, whatever. So here we go to the front. Now I'm filming this all by myself, guys, so the video is not going to be absolutely perfect. So let me get the hood up. All right, guys. Now, by today's standards of you know, engine swaps on Civics, this is by far one of the lowest swaps that most guys, I'd say, these days would do now. Well, the reason why I chose this swap is, for one, it's pretty easy, and for two, I wanted a complete retro look on this car, old school, like, you know, you would see of its period. And I did a JDM dual overhead cam ZC 1.6 liter motor, and there you see it. The cool thing about it, I did get it from H Motors Online. They did, because of the time it took to get the motor, they did send me the airbox out of the JDM SI car over there. So that's a really cool item that they sent me. They don't really see that often. I did have an aftermarket intake for the car, but I chose to put that JDM airbox on there because it's super cool. Driver side motor mount. It is AutoZone. It's brand new though. The rear one, which is really hard to get to, and anybody that's ever replaced a motor mount on these cars, I did all kinds of cursing and all that good fancy business replacing that thing. They suck. It is new though. The front one on the front is new also. The radiator's new, replaced by the previous owner. When I got this car, the guy was attempting a D15-7, I believe, swapping it, the motor out of the 92 through 95 Civic. Kid could never really get it running right, and I eventually did get it running really good, the previous motor that was in the car. But he removed the AC system on it, or began to remove the AC system on it. The lines were all cracked open. The lines were kind of laid over and a little bit bent. So I opted to remove the remaining stuff. But I do have the AC bracket for it. I did cut the AC lines right there. So it can, the AC can be easily re-added to it. It would need a condenser and evaporator, and I do have the compressor off the previous D series engine. So if somebody did want to add AC back to this vehicle, it could be re-added easily. But as for the motor and transmission, I have not really done anything to the motor other than put it in. I didn't do the belt on it. I didn't do the water pump. At the time when I got this car, I just finished a swap, and literally like 2 days later, I had the opportunity to buy a friend of mine's car that had passed away, and I bought that car, and I just had too many cars, and that's why we're selling this little car. But again, it's got the JDM ZC 5-speed transmission in it, and it runs really good. It pulls really hard. The battery's new. As you can see, the valve cover looks good. They redid it for me at Honda Motors. So 3 engine mounts have been replaced, so the engine's in there nice and stout. Coilovers, it has max speeding rod coilovers on it, which they are adjustable. Has damper adjustments right on the top. It has little nuts right there on the top that you can adjust them. I don't know if you can tell, but the wiring harness on here is that Monotech. It's like a $240 wiring harness, and I have the jumper that he made for the ZC. So everything is a plug and play on this conversion from the wiring aspect, and it's just a straight plug and play, man. It works perfect. When y'all see this video, y'all notice some of my other videos that I posted on my channel regarding this harness when it was installed with the other motor that I had in it, and it's just absolutely perfect for anybody that's interested in getting one of these Monotech harnesses. Man, it makes life so much easier, cutting and splicing all that crap, and this little harness is perfect. And there's the resistor box that is needed for the multi-point injection on these cars. But it's the engine bay. Again, it's not perfect, but it's all there. Runs really good. Like I said, that new harness, man, just cleans it up. It's got better wire than what came with it from the factory, and it's a lot smaller, so you get a lot more, you get a lot cleaner tuck look in it. The car does have Skunk 2. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to see it. It has Skunk 2 Pro upper camber arms on it. So I did set the camber on this car with the with my iPhone, because you can line it up along with the straight edge on the outside and get the camera. So I'm at like 1.5 degrees, 2 degrees on the front, on the front wheels. So it does track really good. Windshield wipers work front and back. It's got a Grant wooden steering wheel was on the car when I bought it. Doesn't look bad though. There's the carpet, not in perfect condition, but it's also not completely hored out. I'm gonna do my absolute best to film the car going down the road with me in it. Obviously filming it is a 5-speed, so we'll try that just to let y'all get an idea of how well the car drives. Got the roof rack on there. Makes it look really cool. There's a couple cracks I forgot on this taillight right here. I do have another taillight for it that'll come with the car, and I also have that D15 motor I was talking about. I did a SI conversion on it, so I put the multi-point injection intake Plenium on it. I have the computer for it, and it runs absolutely fantastic. So I have that engine and tranny combo still together. That I will give with the car if it's sold at the price that I'm asking for it. So you'll get another motor, transmission, and the proper SI computer with it. This car does have the correct JDM DOHC ZC ECU with it, which it revs higher. The fuel maps are way more aggressive, and it pulls really hard. By no means this is a fast car, guys. It just, this engine swap in it makes the car drivable in today's style of traffic. So you can get up and down the road without, worrying about people running you over. So by any means, you're not going to get out and just start whooping up on Hondas and Mustangs or anything like that. But it makes it enjoyable where the car is zippy enough where you can have fun, driving the car. 24-way adjustable coilovers. and the adjustments on there work fantastic. It does have lower control arms that were installed by the previous owner. Maybe you can see them, the little blue ones under there. But it does have the ability to adjust the uppers also, and those are the polyurethane, and they suck. If you don't keep them lubed up, they start to squeak and will drive you mad. So I have to spray them every couple months to every several weeks to keep them from squeaking, because they're just drive you crazy. But here's the car in general. Let's get in here and start it up. Let's hear it. Fuel gauge works, temp gauge works, RPM works, of course, speedometer works. Again, 231 on the chassis, so it has new upper ball joints in it, new tie rod ends. You know, it still needs, I would still replace a couple like lower control arm bushings on it. That wouldn't hurt to get those replaced. Power steering is provided by Armstrong, so if you're not strong armed, it may get to you. Clock does work. I need to set it. Let's go listen to the motor. And again, guys, I'm going to take it for a little run down the road, let you see it go down the road from the inside. Let you hear the motor run. Not tapping, not ticking. Car doesn't smoke. It does have a very little minuscule oil drip on it. Like if I park it in a couple days and go back in the garage, there'll be a drip or two, and it looks like maybe it's got a mild seepage from the oil pan. I mean, nothing to worry about. It's not burning oil. It's not using it up. And I've only had this swap in here a couple months, which you'll be able to see on my YouTube when I did get it from H Motors online. But I mean, if you just listen to it, it sounds awesome. The original plugs, wires, everything as I got from Honda or H Motors. Man, honestly, I put the motor in, guys. Got all the little bugs out of it, and basically it's just been parked. I have a lot of cars, so my attention has been really devoted to other things. But for somebody that's looking to get into a wagon, you know, that's already, you know, pretty cool with a swap in it, man, this is where the money's at right here. I've already put a lot of work. The headlight was a little loose and had a rag stuffed in there, so I really haven't. I went to pull it out and noticed that the headlight was a little loose, so it needs that little plastic grommet. No big deal. Something you can probably snag from the wrecking yard. That's what the little rag is there for. Like I said, all the windows go up and down, all that good jazzy business. So let's come around here and listen to the exhaust real quick before we go down the road in it. Again, it's got a MagnaFlow. I forget what series it is. About $135 muffler plus installation, something like that. So it's not completely ricey, but it sounds decent. Back bumper's in okay condition. Almost looks like it's been painted back years ago or something, and it's a little bit faded, but not running a cat on it. And on the other motor, I do have a header for it that would come with the other motor, so you could install the you know, an aftermarket header. It's an eBay header, but I'll give it to you for free, so with the other motor, of course. I do have new brake rotors on the front, new brake hoses. All right, so let me close this thing up, and we're gonna take it down the road. The hood in the front. All right, guys, I'll do my best to try to little video going down the road. I'm solo, so just bear with me. All right, here we go. You know, it does sound like the throwout bearing could use to be replaced. Again, I haven't opened up the transmission in it from Honda Motors Online when I got it. So when you depress the clutch, you know, when the clutch is not depressed and you're sitting there with the car idle, you can kind of hear that mild hiss, which I know for a fact is the throwout bearing. Easy fix. So for somebody that wanted to put a clutch in it at some point in time down the road, I'd replace the throwout bearing. But so far it's been good to me. No need to. Show you the temperature gauge. If the temperature gauge works, it's already reached up to temp from the drive earlier. And the air blows, not the AC, but the internal air blows. The heater works. Wagon, waiting on these slow folks. Fourth gear, still. Little young dude admiring the car. It's really weird because you drive this car around and people look at you like you're driving a spaceship or something. Most people have never even seen a wagon. You get a lot of people go, I've never even seen one of those. Going into fifth. I've got the suspension set up on stiff right now, and man, I like it. Set up on the highest setting. It does have 24 adjustments of damper, which is going to adjust. It's going to allow you know to adjust the stiffness of your suspension. It does have coilovers for height and, like I said, stiffness, or i.e. dampening. So I was hoping this guy right here would speed up so I could get the car up a little bit faster, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, we're buzzing along at almost 60. And trust me, guys, it keeps up with traffic. I pass people in it all the time. Again, it's got new rotors, new hoses up front. I haven't done anything with the rear. Alright, we're going to downshift to third. Again, we're right back on this truck. Now guys, this ZC JDM transmission, man, it runs higher RPMs than this US transmission. So even in fifth, as it is now, I mean, it still has some get up and go. You can apply the throttle and it'll move. It's not completely dead in fifth gear. I mean, you can still pass cars in fifth gear with this transmission, but you do that at the expense of running higher RPMs. I'm at 3,100 or so RPMs at 60. I guess I can't go any faster because I've got these folks in front of me. I'll whip it around, and there's your blinkers. High beams work, blinkers work. I may get a chance to run it up a little bit here. Downshift forward. Shifting is ultra smooth. No issues with it. You can do it on the fly. Alright, going to shift in the fifth. We're doing 70. Gear shift. like this and you decelerate, because of the lack of a resonator on it and everything, it has really big pipes, so you hear you know, some resonation from the exhaust system, because it is running a wide open exhaust system. If I decided to keep the car, I'd probably go down to a smaller pipe, maybe even do add a resonator to it. But I mean, it sounds good. The tone is deep in the car. Pop a U-turn up here, turn it around. 5th gear. It does have an extension on the shifter. The little red shift knob was already on the car when I bought it, but would like to replace it at some point in time. Again, like I said, air feels good. You know, it was that way when I bought the car. Looking at the temperature, you can see there's no hands right there, guys, at all. Going down the highway at 75. It's tracking straight. That's off of a string alignment, and camber adjusted with my iPhone. So like I said, we're rolling at 70, and it'll track straight down the road. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little U-turn right here, pull it back. Guys, I hope this answers any of y'all's questions. Again, 1.6 Dinosaur JDM ZC, 5-speed JDM ZC transmission, the correct one that came in Japan. Man, they're really hard to get. It's a lot easier to get newer motors than these, but I wanted that cool old retro. So, that being said, boys, I hope this answers your questions. Thank y'all for watching. I don't normally ask for subscriptions because I really haven't cared, but man, if y'all see my videos, man, subscribe. Maybe it'll motivate me to try to do more. I've got a couple cool cars, new ones that I haven't showed on my YouTube that I will here pretty soon. I don't have a lot of time to get this stuff done, but yeah, guys. Oh, by the way, can't tell from the video, but I do tint windows for a living, so the front windshield is tinted with Lumar Air 80 blue ceramic. Really expensive film, keeps a lot of the heat out, glare out of the front windshield. Again, you can't tell in the video because it's so light, but it does have ceramic window film on the front glass. You know, if you was to take it someplace to get it done, you're looking at $200, $250 bucks. It has it already. I haven't had a chance to tint the rest of the windows because of all the other stuff that I'm doing. No cracks in the huge front windshield. Like I said, guys, I'm cruising down this you know, country highway right here, back roads, whatever. We're doing 70. I mean, we're at 3,500 RPM, 3,600 RPM. That's due to the JDM transmission, guys. But again, being in 5th gear like it is,